of your leaves is a remedy for every problem. If I'm trouble, where is my remedy?
Нам прислали предложение поучаствовать в проекте. Нужно было на стихи человека, о котором мы слышали первый раз, написать музыку и эти стихи положить на эту музыку. Я достаточно долго выбирал. Я долго выбирал стих, который бы лег на музыку, которую я могу придумать. Вот, и у меня было выбор лег на несколько сразу стихов, потому что у меня была заготовка для одного стиха, а потом для другого. Каждый привносил какие-то свои идеи, и в конечном итоге родилась вот эта вот песня. И мало того, я правда проникся стихами, потому что, ну, я не скажу, что я все прочитал, потому что их достаточно много, но те, из которых я выбирал, вот этот стих меня очень сильно тронул, и передать тот смысл, который я услышал в этом стихе. Собственно, вот как-то так. И вот можно услышать сегодня в интернете и на этом диске то, что у нас получилось. Ну, просвещение, вообще просвещение. И проект направлен на то, чтобы человек находил правильное место в обществе и мог общаться с другим человеком. Ну, речь идет о любви. И, собственно, разные вероисповедания не всегда находят общий язык. И я так понимаю, что, собственно, человек, который написал, вот Фethullah Gülen, он же, собственно, я читал, зашел на Википедию, познакомился с ним, скажем так, заочно, я узнал, чем он занимается. Вот, оказалось, что он живет в Америке уже долгое время. И, ну, скажем так, изучив его биографию, я понял, что этот человек несет свет людям, просветление и какие-то правильные идеи. Вот. Ну, поэтому нам приятно присоединиться к этому проекту, и если будут еще какие-то предложения, мы с удовольствием в них поучаствуем. Потому что мы за просветление. Все начинается, для себя делает какие-то перемены на лучшее, что-то осознает. В конечном итоге, если каждый начнет нести что-то хорошее, и в какой-то определенный момент произойдет перезагрузка, вот на какой-то Новый год произойдет, вернее, он не поломается, а он начнет работать как-то. А с творчеством, когда я читал стихи, естественно, ну, я понял, что он, ну, мне кажется, он романтик. Вот. Уже мудрый романтик, да, мудрый романтик.
I think we chose out of maybe between 10 and 15 poems, and the one that I picked I felt was very romantic, but also had a very spiritual nature to it. So it could be about, you know, a personal love, or even your relationship with God. So, and that I've always found that kind of subject very appealing to me, and I felt that we could do that the most justice in terms of expression and translation into Arabic. And so that's why we chose that one. Actually, I'd heard of his name, but I knew very little about him. In fact, I learned about him later on. And for me, I guess the most important thing was I heard a lot of rumors about him, that he's controversial, but that, like you said before, he has his own agenda. But then other people said that he promotes dialogue. And I think that anyone that is in a position where they are spiritual leaders and it has something to do with religion is always going to be controversial, and it's always going to be, for some people, dangerous or contentious. That's always that's always going to be the way it is. But I generally get a good feeling about him, so... Well, some people have said that it could help to promote peace and more dialogue, especially with people of different cultures and different religions. I'm not sure. I just think it's going to be a very nice record.
Have some pity upon us, please. We go down, down, down. Oh, rise, 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 rise up, my valiant one, stop sleeping. Rise, 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 rise up, because my heart is lamenting. Rise, 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 rise up, my valiant one, stop sleeping. Rise, 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 rise up, rise up, rise up.
The poem is called Rise Up, and the first thing that jumped out at me was the title, because I just like the word rise. I've used it a lot of times in my other songs, and I went through it for rhythm and sound, phonetics, and to make sure that it's going to be sounding good in a song at the end. That was the first thing. But then I liked also the meaning behind it, because it has a certain melancholy to it, and I like melancholic music a lot, which is my project, which my project is all about actually, and yeah, so I ended up choosing this poem. Yeah, my musical character, I'd say. Yeah, okay. I'm not a sad or melancholic person, but I like melancholic music. Yeah, as I said, it's the situation. Like begging for help, whatever it is, in whatever way, you know, like you're a bit hopeless and sad, and you don't know where to go. It could be love, it could be any kind of relationship, and I think that really refers to other lyrics I've written. Before I did the song, exactly. To be honest, no. Okay. No, not before I did. Of course, not only afterwards, but before I started working on it, because I think if you participate in a project like this, I want to know what it's all about. And I've read articles about him and what he stands for, his philosophy, and because otherwise, I don't know, it would feel a bit weird to participate in such a big thing without knowing what it's actually about. So, I mean, I can't, of course, overlook the whole picture, you know, the whole background stories and how it's connected. That's beyond my knowledge, of course. But due to what I've written, I think it's worth supporting it, you know, like education for everybody and living together in peace and respect each other. No matter what religion you're from, no matter what language you speak, or yeah, what culture you're from, or whatever, you know, if that's the message, then I'll be happy to support it through my music. I must say I've never been to Turkey myself, unfortunately. I need to change that. But from what I've heard, it's a lovely country, and especially Istanbul must be an amazing, inspiring place. So I definitely have to go there, and maybe we can organize a concert. Of course, I would be willing to participate again, because it was on one hand a challenge musically, you know, like making a song out of a poem that wasn't really written to become a song, you know, and that was a challenge, and it was a lot of fun working on it with the whole team and the production. That's on the one hand, and on the other hand, it's a good thing, you know. Like we just talked about the message and the philosophy behind it and what it stands for, and yeah, if I can support it with my music, I'm more than happy to participate.
Rise up, valiant one, stop sleeping. Rise up because my heart is lamenting. During the days having passed without you, I went back over the yesterdays, grieving all the while and saddened, since you had deserted your country.